Hey guys, this is Dan coming at you with another or I don't know why I keep saying podcast, another video. I think the reason why I say podcast is because I did a lot of podcasts on the Students of Shield Facebook page. But yeah, so that was just my work phone. So I forgot to turn it on sound. Let me adjust this lighting real quick. I'll be right back. I should have done this before, but whatever. This might be better. We'll see. I don't know. This is still a little shadow, whatever. Yeah, so for anyone who wasn't aware, this weekend was Free Comic Book Day. So, actually, give me one more second. I'm gonna just turn my phone off of work so it doesn't make that noise. Okay, awesome. All right, I'm back. So yeah, so this is official start now. So for anyone who wasn't aware, this weekend was Free Comic Book Day. So I don't know how many people who are watching this, which is nobody, went out there and actually bought books. But to those who did, awesome. I'm part of this omnibus collector chat on Facebook, and it was cool to see other people's hauls and just see different experiences. This is actually my fourth straight year going to Free Comic Book Day. Before that, I actually wasn't aware that it existed. I wasn't really into comics that much 4 years ago. So, but yeah, this is my fourth one. And I gotta say, every year I've been getting more shit at these Free Comic Book Days. I switched it up a little bit this year. I didn't go to my local store. Like I said before in my previous video, my local store is really not that great. I would basically just be going there for the free comic books, and I'm not really, if I'm gonna go somewhere for a free comic book day, I want to have some deals and pick up some things while I'm at it too, which is always great to do. So, but yeah, so my local store had like sales, like it was like the first 50 people in line get a $10 off coupon for a purchase of $50 or more, and like everything was full price. So you're looking at a 20% discount, which you can get a lot more discount online. So I took an hour drive. I drove up to this other store that's near me, and I picked up a lot of things. First thing I did was I walked in. I picked up my 3 free comic books. That's how many they gave you before they started charging. I think it was like 50 cents or $2 per issue. After that, which is whatever. I just basically grabbed the Marvel stuff. And I'll go through it real quick, and then I looked around and I noticed they were having a lot of crazy sales. Like they had wall books, like books that they were like expensive books that were up on the wall that they were selling for everything that was everything was half off of the price that was on there, which is really cool. And they also had a bunch of bargain bin like graphic trade paperbacks and hardcovers and stuff like that I picked up too. And the price was marked down already, and then they took 35% off of that. So I got the stuff for crazy deals. So I'm gonna go through that stuff, and then also I had a recent IST in stock trades order. For anyone who doesn't know, in stock trades is basically like the place to go for like new releases and getting stuff for cheap. Usually their discounts range anywhere between 42 and 50% off. Usually. So I picked up some stuff on there too, beer collection. So I'll work my way down, but yeah, so we'll get started with this haul for a little bit. It's exciting, so we'll see how it goes. So I'll start off with the single issues, like I said before, and I'll work my way down. I bought a little bit of everything. I don't think I bought any hardcovers, so nothing like that today. But next week, or this week, I guess, actually tomorrow, I think, or Tuesday, I'm going to try to order the Punisher Max Omnibus Volume 1, which is going to reprint. Which got reprint last week, so I'm going to pick it up while it's still 50% off on in stock trades, and then yeah, so I'll probably do a review or like a unboxing of that or whatever. We'll see. So anyway, these are the single issues for Free Comic Book Day that I got. So first off, Star Wars Adventures Free Comic Book Day, obviously featuring Han Solo and Chewbacca, considering that Solo is just around the corner. We got about 3 weeks until that movie comes out, and I'm excited for that. I think that's with all the stuff about the directors leaving and the casting and all that stuff, promotion so far leading up to the movie has been pretty good, and I've seen some articles saying how the new director, I forget what his name is. Someone's going to probably tell me in the comments. He has done a really good job getting Star Wars back on the map. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it goes. But so this is just an issue, I guess, featuring them, which is a little interesting because it's published by IDW, and I'm really curious why it is, because Marvel owns, or Disney owns, Star Wars, so all the Star Wars related comic books have been coming out through Marvel now ever since 2013, 2012, when Disney acquired Star Wars. So I'm a little curious why IDW is doing this, but I'll check it out. It's probably a fast read. It looks pretty cool. The art looks pretty cool. Just to look in real quick. Kind of interesting. We'll see how it goes. I'm a big Star Wars fan, for anyone who doesn't know. So yeah. So the next issues that I bought. Sorry, that was my phone. I got Amazing Spider-Man. So, I'm a big Amazing Spider-Man fan. I'm actually in the middle, not in the middle, but I'm finishing up Ultimate Spider-Man. I've read the first 22 trade paperback volumes. I read the first 2 volumes of the second volume of Ultimate Spider-Man with Peter Parker. Then I read Ultimate Doomsday, and now I finished the 3rd volume, and now I'm going to read the 4th volume, which is, spoiler alert, Death of Spider-Man. And then I'm going to move on to Miles Morales. But yeah, so this is really cool. Big Spider-Man fan. My first single issue, actually, and I'll maybe talk about this later on, but my first single issue that I ever bought was, or I guess my dad bought for me. The first one I ever owned by myself was Amazing Spider-Man number 500, which was a really cool issue. So, it was drawn by Romita Jr. and Sr., so that's cool. And I think it was written by JMS. So, yep, excited for this. We'll see how this goes. I kind of got off on a tangent on that. Anyway, giving these a little too much attention. And then the third one I got for free was Avengers. This is the Jason Aaron Avengers. That's coming out, I guess, soon. I guess this is a preview of it or whatever. Oh, wait, that's weird. I guess, is this 2 issues? I guess it is. That's weird. I didn't even notice that. There you go. I guess it's I think it's one of those things where you flip it over and then you read the other side, and then it's kind of its own story. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yep. Yeah, you can see here. The 2 different stories right there. So that's cool. I might read this. I got a lot of catching up to with Avengers. I'm still trying to get most of the first volume read, but I'm also collecting the new Avengers stuff. So I'm trying to read stuff in complete runs as much as I can without having to jump around too much. But yeah, I've heard Hickman's Avengers is really good. I know that's getting a second omnibus already. After the first one came out last summer, so I'm trying to catch up on that too. I've heard it's really good, so might have to buy those sometime when I get a chance. But yeah, this is cool. We'll see. I like Avengers. So I got the 3 free comic books, and then there were some single issues that were on sale, so I picked some stuff up. I was just thumbing through, and obviously I got more Iron Man. Like I said before in a previous video, I was looking at, I think I have 190 around there, single issues of Iron Man. So this is really cool. This is Iron Man 303. This is still Len Kaminsky and Kevin Hopgood. I think that's what it is. Yeah, that's probably. I think that's what it is. But yeah, so this is really cool. The reason, the actual way I knew I didn't have it was I don't ever remember owning a copy of Iron Man that had this type of logo, because usually it's just up in the horizontal and not slanted like this. So I think that's cool. I'm not sure if I've read this before. I don't think I have. I don't know if it's in a collection either. It might be. I think it is. We'll see. But yeah, this is towards the very tail end of the first volume of Iron Man, before the crossing and all that shit happened. Next thing, like I said last week, collecting Invincible Iron Man, Riri Williams. So I found this in the wild and I picked it up. At this point, I think I'm just going to tell myself that I'm just going to try to find these in single issues. I already have 4, and you know, why go and spend all this money on the trades if I can just get it in single issues and read it? I mean, and all these are in pretty good condition. They're new books, so it's not like I'm gonna have to worry about reading them and like getting something on them or whatever, like them being in bad condition. So this is number 6 of Riri Williams' ongoing series that came out in 2017 and in 2016, I guess, like I said before. So those are the cheap single issues. Now there's 3 issues here that I want to show that I just can't believe I found. And these were the ones, like I said before, that were on the wall of the store, and they were 50% off of the price that they were selling them for. So I'm going to start off with the one that is the oldest and then work my way up to the newest. I mean, these are pretty old books, so it's not like one's super new and whatever. But the first one, and I like that I got in this new thing, in this nice plastic case too, is Iron Man number 8 or 17. I'm sorry, 18 is the price on the back. Yeah, so this is 18. This was actually $18, but I got it for $9. And this is actually a really iconic issue. The reason why is it's cheapish, considering this is a book from the 1960s, is the fact that the grading is not that great. You can see on the edges, it's pretty worn. It wasn't worn enough for me to not pick it up. I mean, the cover's pretty still intact, and it looks like all the staples are still on it. So that's pretty much, the bare minimum for me. The cover still looks like it has a lot of color on it, so that's good. But yeah, this is a really iconic issue. Like I mentioned in the Students of S.H.I.E.L.D. video with the top 5 Iron Man storylines, this is one of those. This is actually the beginning of one of those top 5 storylines, and it's titled The Beginning of the End. And this whole issue is about the Iron Man armor becoming self-aware pretty much and trying to destroy Tony. And it's a really iconic issue. This is also, I think, if they were saying the right stuff on the cover when I bought it, they said that this is the first appearance of Madame Mask and Midas, who was a early Iron Man villain who could turn people to gold, all that shit. But Madame Mask is a lot bigger deal. And when I say Madame Mask, I mean Madame Mask, not Whitney Frost. Whitney Frost appeared in, I think, like Tales of Suspense, like 97, 98, like right at I think she came in the story arc right before Iron Man got his own ongoing. Because there's a whole crossover thing with, like, not really crossover, but there's a whole story of like AIM and SHIELD agents like Jasper Sitwell and all that stuff. But yeah, so this is a really iconic issue, and I'm so glad I have it. This is actually now the oldest Iron Man issue that I own, and like I said, this is from September of 1969, I believe. So you can bet your ass I'll be putting this in a nice frame and hanging up on my wall. Yeah, so really awesome, really cool that I found this. I don't really splurge that much on single issues because, like I said, I mean, I'm not. If I can find them for like 75 cents or $1, I'm gonna buy them. But this is really important. I know I'm not gonna be able to find it for much cheaper than that, so I jumped on it when I found the chance. All right, and like I said, all these are really cool. They come in these nice, thick, like they're not like frames, but they're like nice covers. This obviously has a dust jacket, all right, a bag and board with it too, but this is really cool. All right, so let me put that down here. So the next one, and this is another cool issue, and is also part of the beginning, the end storyline, is Iron Man number 22. And yeah, I'm just moving it so I don't get any glare. And this is a really cool issue too. Like I said in the podcast I did, this is kind of like the second to last issue of the story arc, official story arc people call. And it's really cool because this is actually a pretty awesome issue. It's a throwdown between Crimson Dynamo, Titanium Man, and Iron Man. And this is also the death of Janice Cord, who was an early girlfriend of Tony's, who actually became closer to him after her father, Edwin Cord, I think his name is, after he died from a mishap with like a weapon that he designed or whatever. But yeah, it's a really cool issue. Like I said, there's something iconic about it. That's why I picked it up. It was, I think this was like $5. It was originally 10. I got it for 5. And the grading on this is actually, I mean, the cover, the inside, the center, the central part of the cover looks all right, but on the side here, it's a little fading a little bit. But like you said, on the shelf, you're not really gonna see it that much. But I like it. It's cool to have. You know what I'm saying? Like I just like to say I have this. And I think this is from February of 1970. So pretty old issue. If you want to, I guess 30, 40. No, I can't talk. 48, right? Yeah, 48 years old. So yeah, so cool. Titanium Man, Crimson Dynamo, both classic Iron Man villains. So cool to have. Next one, and I'm aware of the stuff that's on this cover. So after I show it to you, I know that it's on there. The reason why I picked it up though is that it was $5 originally, and I got it for $2.50. Now that being said, if I come along and I find another copy of this issue that's around that same price and is in better quality, I'm probably gonna get that because I didn't spend too much on this, but it's cool to have. So this is Iron Man number 32, and this is a one-off story. It was weird. It was really strange. It was like I think this black guy, like he's actually an alien that came down from space and was like studying Earth, and then this guy was like chasing after him with this woman, and this woman fell in love with the alien, and the alien got shot and died, and then Iron Man comes in somewhere. It's a one-off story, but it's really funny. Oh yeah, and Mechanoid I guess is in it too. Yeah, so just another thing. And what I'm talking about here is you can see here someone wrote Reddit 9 out of 10. So I guess they liked it. But yeah, so like I said, this is still pretty old. This is still 1970, December of 1970. So 48 years old and now in my possession. So cool. So yeah, all these have these nice boards. But yeah, like I said before, I don't really buy a lot of these single issues, but I knew I wasn't gonna get this for much cheaper. So like I said, if something comes up later on, I'll probably pick it up. But in the meantime, it's cool to have. Cool to knock it off the list. Only got like 130 more issues to go. So rest in peace. Okay, so I picked up some collections too. I don't know how long this video is going. I'm gonna take a drink because I don't care. So next collections. This is stuff that I all picked up. And all these are really cheap too. I think total on everything that I spent at the store, I spent like $21, which is crazy for the stuff I got. So I'm gonna go through and show some stuff. So starting with the smallest, working up to the biggest. I picked up this, and this was like I got it for like $2 or something. Is Hercules, Twilight of a God. And for anyone who doesn't know, Hercules is a Greek god, demigod, whatever you want to call him, but he is also he's also a Marvel hero, and he's been an Avenger. He's had his own stories. I think he first appeared in a Thor comic back in like the 1960s. But he's all over the place, and he really doesn't have a lot of like solo stuff. But for some reason, I guess over the past few months, I've been stealthily collecting a lot of his solo stuff. I have, let's see, I have 2 of his Marvel Premiere Classics, Hercules Full Circle and Hercules Prince of Power. Prince of Power I read, which is 2 4-issue limited series created by Bob Layton, who did art and story for Iron Man in the early 80s and into the late 70s into the early 80s, and then another stint in the 80s as well. But this is also something he did as well. Apparently, I looked it up. This came out in 2010. So we'll see how it goes. I wonder if this was around the same time that him and McLeany were doing the Legacy of Doom storyline for Iron Man, because it kind of would make sense. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Layton And it seems like Layton is also drawing this. I think so, actually. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Ron Lim. Ron Lim, who drew most of Infinity Gauntlet after George Perez left. So, yeah. So this is really cool. We'll see. I have a few Hercules stuff, but, my first exposure to him was in the Avengers books back in back in the first 50, 60 issues when he started out. So excited to read these. He's a really fun character to read about. He's very jolly, and especially his interactions with I forget what his name is. There's like a droid or like a robot that he goes around this gallivanting and stuff with in the Prince of Power, and his interactions with him is really funny. But yeah, Hercules is a fun character, so I'm excited to read this. Next one, and this is something that I've been looking for my collection for a while, because I have the first 10 volumes of it. Is New Avengers Volume 11, The Search for the Sorcerer Supreme. You can see here, Volume 11. There's 13 volumes of these. I think all I have left now is Volume 12, I think. 12 or 13, I think, which is Power Lost, which is I'm trying to find. This is Brian Michael Bendis. I'm not sure. Tan is the artist. I'm not sure who that is. But yeah, just trying to collect all this. Once I get it all, I'm gonna sit down and read it all in order. So I'm excited. Like I said before, I'm reading Ultimate Spider-Man right now, so I'm loving. I really, really do enjoy Bendis's writing. I think it's really good. It really fits for some of the characters, I guess. Especially for Spider-Man, he just has me flipping the pages. So I'm excited to read his New Avengers run and see how he takes on all these other characters besides just Spider-Man. So I was actually surprised to find this because for some reason I can find volumes 1 through 10 everywhere, no problem. But volumes like 11 and 12, I just could not find anywhere, and I found this, and I'm like, oh shit! So I picked it up. It was like this is also like $2 because it was originally $3, then 35% off of that. It was around $2, so nice. Can't get it much cheaper than that. So sticking with Bendis here, picked up another one of his events, Secret War, not Secret Wars, which was an event in the 1980s, and also the Secret Wars event that reset the Marvel Universe in 2015. But this is Secret War, so I've heard it's good. I'm just trying to pick up a lot of Bendis's events. I have Secret Invasion, I have Siege, I have what else? There's a third one. I don't know. This one, I guess. House of M. I'm trying to get that. I think he wrote that. Yeah, I think someone told me he did. So I'm just trying to pick up some of his events just to see where they fall in. But yeah, I'm excited to read this. It looks like it has a lot of people. I feel like this might be tied into like Secret Warriors. I could be wrong. But I know it definitely looks like it's tied in with S.H.I.E.L.D. at least. So we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of excited for this, Pretty thick too. Like I said before, I got this for like $6, so can't really get it much cheaper than that. Okay, and this is the last book that I got from the store I went to, and I wasn't trying to spend a lot of money. Like I said before, I'm going to PhillyCon, so I wasn't looking just to buy stuff just to buy stuff. I was looking for stuff that I wanted for my collection. Everything I explained before was stuff that I was looking for. Particularly, I wasn't trying to find anything different. This is something I didn't have on my list, but I actually had it pegged because it was something of interest to me. But I picked up The Thing, Classic Volume 1 by John Byrne. And my friend mentioned this to me before, and I picked it. He was showing me, I think there's 3 volumes of this. This collects the first 10 issues of his 1983 series. So I'm excited to see how it works out. Like I said, I don't really have a lot of exposure with Fantastic Four. My plan, I have all 8 essential volumes, but I don't really want to read Fantastic Four and Essentials. I'm just not really that into the characters that much, so I don't think reading it in black and white is going to help me at all. So I think what I'm going to choose, try to get rid of those, try to sell them, maybe just give them off to somebody, and just get the Epic Collections or the Omnibus and just do it that way. But I read the Thing, Liberty Legion, which was, kind of, I guess, related to him a little bit, when he goes back in time and fights with the Liberty Legion and all that stuff. But I haven't really had a lot of exposure with just the Thing, so I'm excited to see this. I also, I've been thinking about also trying to pick up the Thing, Project Pegasus, which I've seen float around a lot, and I've never picked it up. But what's reinvigorated my interest in it is that the Ultimate Spider-Man Volume 2 talks about Project Pegasus a lot. So I kind of want to go back and see what that's all about, and what that actually was like, what Project Pegasus was. So we'll see. But yeah, Thing classic, really cool. Now I just need to hunt down the other 2 volumes. They had the second volume there, but it was $15. If I would have known that that it was a 35% discount on top of that afterwards, I would have gotten it, but I had to leave. So I'll just find them when I do. We'll see. So that's all the stuff I bought from Free Comic Book Day. So like I said before, I drove an hour to another store that I liked better, just get the stuff because I knew they had deals. And I guess just comment on that, that's, giving away free comics is nice, but like having the sales on top of it is how you make money on Free Comic Book Day. I've heard from a lot of people that like these guys, like these stores, they buy all these books, and I just saw a video on my local shop that they still had all these free comic books left over from Free Comic Book Day, and they're trying to sell them for 50 cents a piece. So it's just really sad, you know what I'm saying? Like to see that kind of stuff. I mean, if you want to generate business, you got to give people deals, and get people to buy stuff beyond just the free comics that are there. I don't know how to do that. I'm not an economics or business person, so I don't know. But these people did it, and that's why I bought $21 worth of stuff on top of the free comics. So yeah, I'm moving on. So the next thing, I have a few books here from In Stock Trades. So I'll go through these real quick. They're bigger collections. They're all new, which is what I love. I don't have to worry about the condition of the book or whatever. So just I guess, if anyone out there is looking to buy new books, In Stock Trades is your best spot probably to get pretty good books. That and cheap graphic novels, which I haven't ordered from yet, but I've seen them have better deals sometimes than In Stock Trades. Anyway, so I'll start from the top. So the first book I got was Avengers Academy Volume 2, Complete Collection. And I had the first volume. I ordered it back in March when the Complete Collections came out. The second one came out in April. I bought the first trade of this, and then I realized they did Complete Collections, so I'm going to be selling that to somebody probably. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. I think the premise basically is, like all these Avengers, like Iron Man, Captain America, like teaching, kind of like the X-Men, teaching them how to be Avengers in the, in the modern age, I guess. And has a school theme, like all these kids are like young kids. So I'm excited to see how it pans out. Just another thing with Avengers and some probably callbacks and stuff like that. So I'm excited to see how it works out. And I think this collects the whole series. I could be wrong, but we'll see how it goes. So, and just to look back at the trade dress on the side, it looks really cool. Pretty simple, but consistent. That's what I like. So the next volume, this is a lot bigger than I thought. Actually, now I'm looking at it, is Superior Spider-Man: The Complete Collection, Volume 1. So about 2 years ago, I actually bought the third hardcover for Superior Spider-Man because it was at a store for like $10, and I jumped on it and then bought it. And then I think about a year or so ago, Marvel announced that they were releasing complete collections for, Superior Spider-Man. And I think I actually saw some of the hardcovers were going out of print. I think the second or the first one were both going out of print. So my plan is probably just to sell my hardcover to somebody or use it for trading credit for something else or whatever. And I'm just going to go with these complete collections. They're a lot cheaper, and I don't want to have to go out and spend $50 for 2 hardcovers when I can spend $60 and get the whole collection by myself. And it's gonna be nice to have all these on the shelf. Basically, the premise of Superior Spider-Man, from what I've heard, is that Like Peter and Doc Ock are having a fight, and then just at the last minute, Peter and Doc Ock switch bodies or whatever, and then Doc Ock's body dies with Peter's soul in it, and then Otto Octavius is in Peter Parker's body as Spider-Man. So, and he sets out to be the most superior Spider-Man that this world would see. He basically wants to improve everything. Be better at Spider-Man than Peter was. I think that's what I heard. I don't know. I haven't read it, so we'll see how it goes. But a lot of people don't like it because it isn't Peter. But then again, Miles Morales isn't Peter, and he's still really good. So I'm going to give this a shot, and we'll see what happens. So yeah, excited. I think this guy is going to get collected into 3 complete collections. So the second one's coming out. I'll have to check when it comes out. I think probably in another month or so. Holy shit, that's thick. That's a thick paperback. All right. And the next 2. So I'll do these together since they're both the same thing. But I bought Annihilation volumes 1 and 2 complete collections. So for anyone out there who has been struggling to find the Annihilation omnibus or has bought one recently, yeah, this is a thing now. So you don't have to worry about that anymore. I've heard Annihilation is a good event. It's kind of the start to Marvel's modern day attempts at, or modern day cosmic books and stuff like that. And I think this is actually like the origins of where like the Guardians team would come out of that we know today, the ones in the movies, Star-Lord, Drax, all that stuff. This is one of their earliest appearances together as a group, in the appearances in this book. And like I said, I don't know a lot about it, but I've heard it's really good, so I want to read it. And I've seen a comment somewhere saying that people are hopeful that Marvel will release all of the recent cosmic events and storylines in these formats, and I can't say that I would like them enough because these look beautiful, and it's so much more affordable. I mean, combine these 2 cost $20, or combine these cost $40. Versus the omnibus, which if you're looking to find it, if you can find it, you're paying like $150 because it's out of print. So this is a lot more affordable option. I would rather do this to get Annihilation Conquest, War of Kings, Realm of Kings, Prelude. I don't know what. I think those are all the ones I've heard of. But yeah, so you can see here. Let me just pull up the covers and let me just show these real quick. So I think this is actually the cover they used for the omnibus. So you can see here Nova. A Skrull, Silver Surfer, Ronin, Drax, and Drax on the back as well. Trade dress is pretty cool. Drax on there, and then you got this one on here. I don't really know a lot of people in here. Silver Surfer, same people as on the first one. Those are the only ones I know. And then I'm guessing this is Thanos. Probably wrong, but yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I got these all in stock trades, so awesome deal. And like I said, they're all brand new, so you don't have to worry about anything being dented or ripped or printed wrong. At least I hope not. But yes, that's been my haul, guys. Like I said before, Free Comic Book Day is awesome. Definitely should go out and support your local shops, unless your shop sucks like mine and doesn't really cater to the customers. But yeah, so I guess this will count as my video for the week. I have plans to talk about other stuff next week, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, I'm gonna go put all this stuff away, and I'll see you guys later.